A courtroom can be a scary place for a child who's abused or neglected. Their cries are often silent, and most times they simply don't have the words to speak for themselves. But there are special angels who become their voices.
Angels in Our Midst, sponsored by Anderson Subaru.
Our daughter and her husband had been fostering children, and we got exposed to the need.
Joe Gordon and his wife Theresa were keenly aware of the need for abused, neglected, and abandoned children to have a voice, someone to speak for them in the courtroom as their futures were being decided. Joe became a volunteer guardian at Litem.
Part of the training was online training, and so I was just sitting in there listening to everything that was coming across, and it was like, I can do this too.
This is how the Gordons met this sibling group of 4. Sam is 11, David 8, Paige is 7, and there's 10-year-old Lincoln.
And we were in some bad homes, and Joe realized that, so he took us out.
This is one of 15 sibling groups they've spoken up for in the past 8 years. These children had been in a very bad situation and sadly were placed in different foster homes. Like guardians do, Joe and Theresa stepped in and got to know them. They kept tabs on them in school, at doctor's visits, and spent one-on-one time.
You get involved in this because you care about these children and their homes.
Because of our beliefs, we began praying for the entire family.
When they go before the court, the guardian at Litem shares what they think is in the child's best interest. In this situation, adoption was the recommendation. First, the children were brought back together in one foster home, the home of Kevin and Hannah Schotmeyer.
I was talking to them one day, and they said no one had ever loved them. They never felt loved except for by Joe and Teresa.
That's true.
Hannah saw that investment firsthand. She saw them nurturing children who were unruly, undisciplined, children who were hurting.
Joe and Teresa could see through that, and they loved those kids. They were able to look at those kids and give those kids a voice.
We pray also that the kids will be able to find a family that's going to love them and take care of them and just help them.
Joe and Theresa actually felt like the children had already found that family, in addition to 3 other biological children.
They were able to go before the courts and the judge and request that those kids be placed with us permanently.
The guardians gave voice to their silent cries, and they were heard.
But I want to have a family if it wasn't for him.
Angels in Our Midst,